I know one thing here as you hear the drums on this Veterans Day 2016. We have a lot of veterans in our state, more than 650,000. About a third of those still Vietnam vets, and they have suffered for many years with PTSD before people even really understood what that was. We know it much better now. We've talked a lot about it on this show with recent veterans from the Afghan and Iraq conflicts going back to the Gulf War, first Gulf War as well. About a third of all service personnel who've been in those war zones have some form of PTSD. But there are some great ways to approach treatment here. And one of them is with, and you've heard a lot about this on our air, both our show with the Pet Show, Pet Expert Talk Show, and that's with service dogs here. Shannon Walker is an expert on PTSD and president of Northwest Battle Buddies on this Veterans Day. Shannon, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me on your show.
Why are service dogs so important to those who are battling PTSD and trying to overcome its effects?
Well, a lot of the veterans that we do work with have tried other approaches and have tried other therapies. And the thing about the service dog is they do feel they have their battle buddy back. I mean, they have a service dog that they are responsible for, that not only that they're taking care of and leading through and navigating life, but that dog is serving them by helping alleviate the symptoms of PTSD, whether it's waking them up from nightmares or bringing them out of sensing a panic attack before it happens and serving them, through that, but also working as a social barrier. And even in the training and the process that the veteran goes through in learning how to handle their service dog, they also learn how to answer the questions of the public and reintegrate into social settings in a way that they were never able to do before. And it really is life-changing for the veterans.
It's amazing. There are so many of these veterans in need, though. And, I mean, how long does it take to connect a vet in need with a battle buddy here, with a service dog that can help? I mean, is it a long process?
Well, the process of training the dog goes through 7 months to a year, depending on when we get the dog. If it's a puppy, it's longer than that because of the raising of the puppy. But once the dog is actually finally prepared, the veterans themselves, they might be waiting a year, 2, 3 years, because it does take so much time and money to prepare a dog and funds. Personally, Northwest Battle Buddies we are funded by private donations and fundraising. And so our waiting list, we have about 50 people on our waiting list, and it takes right now 1.5 to 2 years minimum, and it's just because of time and energy being able to provide it. So that definitely, we need to be able to serve our American heroes faster, and we're working very hard to do that.
Do you need more people doing what you do, Shannon? Do you have to try to replicate yourself? Is that the answer? Do you need more money? Do you need more people doing this to meet the need? How do you see that?
Well, for us personally, yeah, we need more money. We need more money so we can hire professional people. 95% of everything that we do is all volunteer-based. We only have one full-time paid employee in our organization, and in 4.5 years, we've provided 38 service dogs to 38 veterans, our American heroes. But, yeah, we need more funds to do it. And across the United States, one of the fastest-growing organizations is service dog organizations, but the conundrum of that is if the professional training is not behind the service dog, then it doesn't serve the purpose that it was intended to do. So a willing heart is wonderful. In fact, for our organization, we're really blessed because we have many people of many gifts and talents who have caught our vision and partnered with us to support in so many other ways other than just training and even just money. Money is absolutely important, but we have breeders providing wonderful dogs as puppies that are donating, plus, very professional people bringing their gifts and talents to support the organization through various avenues that we offer.
What kind of dog is typical to become one of your service dogs that you train to help veterans with PTSD?
You know what? We are not breed specific. Okay. I will tell you, we use pit bulls. We have German shepherds. We have labs. We have golden retrievers. Any dog that is, within reason, that is of sound temperament and young and healthy and guidable, they can be a candidate to be a service dog, which by any means does not mean we will use all breeds, because they do need to fit in society. They do need to be practical when you're putting a dog on an airplane at your feet, or whether you're trying to ask them to down underneath a table in a restaurant. They do need to fit, and it does need to be, where the dog has easy accessibility. But we do use very many, a lot of breeds.
Mm. It's amazing. And what about the person that you help? Is there a typical? I mean, usually think of it. Now we have nearly 50,000 women who are veterans here in the state of Michigan. There's a lot of. That's why I say brothers and sisters in arms. And you've got people coming back from the Middle East. Women. Is there a typical veteran age? Where you would say that they kind of fit our normal profile here. Does it a little older? Is it skew younger? What's the typical person who's helped by you?
You know what? Any one of our veteran American heroes that qualify for our organization. We have, we serve all conflicts, all veterans that qualify, and we appreciate all veterans, period. However, my favorite veterans that come through are our Vietnam veterans. Right now, we are serving an 80-year-old Vietnam veteran out of California, and he has been waiting for a couple of years on our waiting list. And we paired him with a beautiful black lab named Bert, and they are so perfectly matched. And the smile and the help that this dog's already offered to the gentleman that we're serving has just been such a blessing and an honor to be a part of. So we help all veterans from all conflicts. However, I have to say our Vietnam veterans are my favorite. Wow.
And of course, as you well know, for so many years, underserved, returning to this country. So you're trying to make up with a lot of them for lost time as well. Shannon Walker, Northwest Battle Buddies. I want you to give out to the site where people can go if they want to learn more about you and donate online. Where should they go?
Thank you. NorthwestBattleBuddies.org, and they can also see us on Facebook, Northwest Battle Buddies. And thank you so much.
Yeah, Shannon, thanks for being here. Very much. Great cause here on this Veterans Day 2016. We wish you well and good luck. 38 service dogs there already that they provided, and then one of the groups that's doing great work. We've got more coming up on your morning wake-up. We're going to be discussing on this Veterans Day the meeting that took place at the White House between Donald Trump, President-elect, and President Barack Obama. It was something yesterday, was it not? That's all coming up on your show here on this Friday morning. Don't go away. You're listening to 1320 WILS.